Hi, my name is John and I am an independent curator. My journey to become a curator, it's a bit of an odd one because I believe I do not have the training which most curators have. While most curators are trained in art history, my specialization, my focus was actually on cultural policy. So it was a little bit of a detour to enter the curatorial realm, but at the same time, coming from more of a policy, cultural studies background, I felt it was entirely appropriate because to me, an exhibition is the best way to deliver policy democratically. Unlike legislation where individuals are forced, obliged to follow a certain rules, with an exhibition, you can introduce ideas and people can choose to buy into it or not. And so that's how I really fell in love with curating. Of course, I love telling stories at the same time. So every exhibition is an opportunity to tell different stories. So right now I've been working independently for close to 2.5 years now. Prior to that, I was with the Singapore Art Museum. And working independently has been very, very exciting. It allows me to work on a huge range of exhibitions, be it commission projects, with commercial galleries or non-profit organizations. At the same time, I have more free rein to pursue my own interests, collaborate with artists, and realize these ideas that I have. So definitely one of the aspects of curatorial work that I'm most interested in and have been very interested in for a very long time is working with artists to realize new artworks, in essence commissioning artists. And so in the past 2 years of independent practice, one of my most memorable projects, of course, is the Forest Institute, which I worked on together with Randy Chan and Robert Chow. And it was a large-scale, site-specific architectural installation, which was simultaneously an archive of the Gilman Forest, and it offered people the opportunity to stay over and observe the forest. And that was one of my most beloved projects in the past few years. Well, for me, it's really about working with artists to tell stories together and find the most appropriate way to tell those stories. Whether it's the final work that is realized is something very, very small or something incredibly huge, I always feel that it's very, very important, to bridge the ideas that the artists have with the general public. And beyond that, I feel that there needs to be an element of social justice to art making. And I speak of social justice in the broadest sense possible, not just to fellow human beings, but to the planet as well, to the environment and to the ecologies that we exist within. There's a number of exhibitions I'm working on at the moment, which I'm very excited about. But the one that's coming up the soonest is a project I'm doing together with the Singapore prisons for the United Nations Conference on Narcotics, and that will be taking place in Vienna. I believe that it is very, very important to showcase this other type of art, art that comes out from the community beyond the art that we just see in museums. It's also about championing a very, very important cause, which is the rehabilitation of inmates and their reintegration into society. Oftentimes, these artworks that these prison inmates make, they are very, very, very heartfelt testimonies to their commitment to become better individuals and contributing members of society. And so I'm very much looking forward to presenting their works on the international stage. So this was not the first time that I had applied for the IMPART prize. I had applied for it the previous year as well. And I was wondering, is it, having not been a finalist for the last edition, I was wondering, is my genre of work not in line with what the prize was all about? But I received a lot of encouragement and positive feedback from my friends who all encouraged me to just do it again, to apply for the prize again, and I'm very, very glad that I did. Applying for the prize was definitely a lot more straightforward than I thought it would be. I guess the biggest challenge was kind of streamlining my projects into that 6 pages of PDF that I was allowed to submit, and digging up all of those photographs that I wanted to share and to choose from them. But overall, it was a really stress-free process, which I think was much easier compared to, say, a grant application. Well, I'm so excited and it's a great honor. I think it's a huge affirmation that I've been working in the right direction and that my work is noticed, and the work that I've realized together with artists is getting this sort of attention. working as an independent curator in Singapore, it's not the easiest thing. And so what the prize definitely does for me is buy me a certain ease of mind, at least financially. It allows me more breathing room to conceptualize future projects. At the same time, I do hope that the recognition also opens up more doors and more opportunities for collaboration with more artists and institutions and other commissioners of new and exciting art projects. I think for any individual who is interested to work as an artist or an administrator or curator or in the arts and cultural sector in general, the most important thing is to be honest and true to yourself, be authentic. I think nothing goes further than an authentic work of art. And in that process, you might find it challenging financially to make ends meet, but that's also a challenge, of your own resourcefulness and your ability to think out of the box. Do not just be concerned about obstacles. Think about how you can challenge yourself to overcome them.